Welcome to
Zag
Nuts.
Unofficial Zag
The
podcast.
unofficial. We have to say that unofficial
I know,
because we
well,
don't
got
want to
that
get
letter.
in. Well, yeah.
But welcome to all our many listeners. It's
Too
great
many
to
to
have you
count.
back.
Too many to
count
count.
at this point. Yeah. And that's makes me happy.
Makes me
feel
thrilled.
good. And it's not for me though.
Right.
To be clear, not
for
for
Zag.
me, for Zag.
For Zag.
When there's this much of a fan base for a
For a
show
show
as
that
good
talks
as Zag,
about Zag.
then how many
How much
people
is
are
the
watching
fan?
Zag?
Yeah, because I mean, I would say probably, let's say they get 500 million viewers a week.
Yep,
which is
something like that.
probably accurate.
That's a pretty conservative
we probably
estimate.
only get 100 million.
Right, in terms of listeners.
Right. So we're just a fraction.
And that's always good. That's always good. This has a chance to be a transformative show.
Exactly.
And we're just happy about it. So, those
For
of
the
you who
few
are listening,
people we meet.
welcome.
Yes, welcome all of you.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. I guess that is the thing. It's that every week we have more followers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I hope you've gone back and listened to the other 3 episodes so you're up to speed.
Right.
In addition to watching the first 3
Yeah.
episodes of the show. But
Yeah.
episode 4,
Wow.
here's
Here
what
we
I
go.
said after I saw it. Whirly girly. I don't even know what it means.
Well,
but that's how I felt.
No, I mean, I like that, first of all, spoiler alert, obviously.
Yeah.
To the
Yep.
Zag-Cast.
Yep.
I like that we find out a lot more about Big Dave.
We find out.
We know what he was working on.
So much more about Big Dave.
We know what killed him.
And I'm not sure how I feel about Big Dave, but I know I feel
Well,
more.
I think we should go right to the tweets. Want to go right to some tweets?
Yeah, let's take care of some what we like to call housekeeping
The housekeeping
in the
portion
of the business. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you want to look at some tweets first?
Sure.
or-
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, and then you can.
And then we'll get into
Then-
some.
Yeah, you can.
So these are from fans. These are
This
from
is- now
listeners
this is
and
tweet.
fans.
This is our tweets.
This is our Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
These are just randomly selected, top of the list, and we'll just see what people are saying about the podcast.
Yeah, because you know what? I want to know. So right off the bat, I have at Midwest Donut Ben Stiller. We heard from him before.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, so we have a repeat.
Repeat tweeter.
Wow, that is
first of all, thank you.
Thank you. I am complimented and I am flattered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey Jane, that's right to me.
Okay.
Johnny's smarter and cooler than you. LOL. Suck a butt. HAHQ. What does that mean?
I guess it's probably ha ha. It's
But
just
they
a
typed it
typo.
wrong.
Well,
Uh-uh.
can I just
Can I
respond
just say
to
that?
this?
Like, you know what? I'm okay with that because you know what? Somebody's got to be cooler, and it shouldn't be the lady who's married
But
to a
hold on.
94-year-old guy.
No. Midwest Donut Ben Stiller. Look, I'm flattered. I appreciate, the.
But he said LOL, so he might
He might be
kidding. Laugh out loud.
joking. I just want to say,
Or
Jane,
lots of love.
Jane is wonderful.
Yeah.
Jane, nobody is smarter or cooler in my mind than Jane. So at Midwest Donut Ben Stiller, thanks for the note. Thanks for the for the listens.
Don't think too much.
But
It was kinda
tone
a
it
little
down.
hurtful.
A little
Yeah,
hurtful. Not
little
to me,
hurtful.
obviously, and thank
No,
you for what
no,
you said
not to
about
you.
me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so all in all, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say net positive.
I'm gonna
But
say
maybe
neutral.
bring
Maybe neutral.
maybe neutral. But anyway, well, we can talk about it later. But
Well, we don't even have to.
we skip over that tweet.
Yep.
Skip the tweet.
Skip that one. I'll edit it out.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe. I don't
maybe.
know. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll deal with it in post.
We'll see what we're doing with time.
Sure.
So you got a Facebook?
I have a Facebook
Okay.
here.
Johnny's going to handle the Facebooks, I think.
So here's just Facebook comment again. We trust our listeners. We always do random generation of what we're going to read on the air.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm reading right now.
After listening to your podcast, thank you. I really want to watch a different show. Hashtag you ruined it. I
You know what?
that's
That's
also
funny
a joke.
because you know what I think it meant?
What's that?
That we've inspired them to not only watch Zag, but to go out and find more. That's
Do you
great.
think we ruined it? Do you think they're saying like you ruined it? Like
I think we ruined.
like you're better than the show, which I don't think is true. But do you think they're like, oh, you ruined it?
I think they meant you ruined it. Our ability to just watch Zag because
now
they need more. Because now we've delved so deeply into the meaning.
Maybe they're saying we overanalyzed even.
No, I wouldn't say over. I think what we did was we whetted their appetite for more analysis that they're probably doing on their own.
I mean,
that's my guess.
That makes sense. on the
Yeah.
back. It's just
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Just like that.
you have to-
Yeah. Oh, and then you do. All right. Well, do you
I'll
wanna-
read another Facebook.
Okay.
I think the rat thing is stupid. Hashtag for Nick a tour.
Say what?
I think the rat thing is stupid.
The rat thing is stupid.
Hashtag for Nick a tour.
Fornicator.
Fornic-
Fornicator.
forn-
Oh, that's one of those bend over things where
Fornicator.
well, you fooled us once.
But hey,
Fool us
what
once?
is the first rule? What are the rules, right?
Right. Don't
mean,
touch the rat.
And no sex.
No
So
sex.
it's-
So that's you know what they're playing with us.
they're
And
doing a
saying-
little bit of a play here.
on the
and
on
we
the
get it.
on
We
the
get it. We're
canon.
in on the joke.
Okay,
so thank you.
Funny, and we appreciated that, Frank.
Funny. Thank
Is
you,
it
Frank.
Frank?
It is Frank.
Frank. And not only that, but they said the rat is stupid.
I think the rat thing is stupid.
Well, maybe the rat. You know what? Maybe they shouldn't.
Maybe
you
the
may
rats
wanna look
think
up-
Facebook is stupid.
And maybe they want to look up Din Din Dindikoff and write to him.
Right to him, because guess what?
we're not.
We don't write
yeah.
the show.
Maybe we need to just put in a
Disclaimer.
comment, a disclaimer.
We are in no
not.
way affiliated with Zag.
They want absolutely nothing to do with us.
They have made that abundantly clear.
There are no holds
Which I don't think is-
barred.
I think that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
we're the
Why-
media.
They're the
the-
elite.
It's
Yeah.
like we have to have a wall.
It's got to be, yeah.
So anyway,
they don't want us scrubbing
I
their back
don't-
if they're not going to rub
I
us.
don't think the rat thing is stupid,
I love the rat thing.
but to
But
each,
I'm not-
to each
but I'm not
their
everybody.
own. All right, let's go back to Twitter. Facebook is a
Okay.
little bit of
It's
a
a little
dud.
harsh, yeah.
Yeah.
I at the Ice Man Huggeth, LOL. I
Okay.
love your cast. I listen to it. You guys, Rob. You guys, Rob.
You guys rob?
You guys, Rob.
Maybe that's rock.
Yeah, my God, we have some illiterate fans or thumbs, very big thumbs.
Well, at the Iceman, thank you. Iceman
Yeah,
Huggeth.
thank you for listening.
We don't rob.
I've robbed no one. Well,
I mean,
Al, but I don't
I know.
take things from him.
and
It's
you're
just that
married.
I know it's different.
You can't
It's
prosecute a
allowed.
wife for robbing her
right,
husband.
and that's
It's in the
why I
Constitution.
married him. You know, there's a prenup we're still
Well,
working
we-
on. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
to get back,
That was strange.
yeah, well, okay, thank you, Iceman.
Thanks, Iceman. That's simple.
Yeah.
That's a model tweet.
Yeah,
Besides
actually-
the misspelling.
Yeah, you could work on that. Yeah.
But what else we got over there in the Twitter sphere?
On Twitter, we also have
Yeah.
at Frank_the_Frank666.
Frank the
Frank
Frank.
the Frank.
Ooh.
the Frank.
Okay.
And the
this
666
is-
always makes me trouble. I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic, so
It
the
makes me a little
666
on
makes
edge.
me a little uneasy.
But let's see what Frank has to say.
It says, why does Johnny sound like he killed a duck with his throat? Seriously, it's horrible. Boo, Johnny, shut up. Whoa. Okay, Frank, you know what? I'm going to flag this as inappropriate.
It is a little inappropriate.
That's a little, you know what? Johnny's throat is what it is.
And I don't know, does he say I sound like a duck?
Sound like you killed a duck
With my throat?
with your throat. Like the duck was in your throat, and then somehow you killed it. Like you
I don't
squeezed your
know.
own throat.
I-
You can't even do that. Your
You
muscles
know,
won't even allow that.
I don't
no.
understand, Frank, but what
know
I
what?
do understand is that it's intended to be hurtful. Again, this is
It is.
another
I'm going to flag it
hurtful-
as inappropriate and and hurtful. But I also want to
And it's
say,
not fair.
on the good
It's
side,
not fair.
if you think Johnny killed a duck with his throat, you are listening to Johnny, and that's a
That's a
positive.
takeaway.
That's one good thing.
I just think just because I'm the public, just because I'm a public personality,
yeah.
a public figure, doesn't mean
It doesn't mean you don't hurt.
It's
And I'll tell you right now,
it's
Frank, he's
not-
crying. He's got a
I'm
tear in
not-
his eye. You have a
not-
tear in
come
your
on,
eye.
Jane.
Don't be that guy.
it's a earlier my contact. I don't know. Can we just move on?
Sure, but take your glasses off. If you want me to think that those are contacts.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Just I'll read some.
All right.
At Zagaholic, which okay, now we're
Yeah.
back on track.
Now we hear it.
Right there with you.
Hearing
The
you.
first step is admitting you have a problem.
And the second step is indulging in that problem. Right? For the Zag. Yeah.
Are there guest stars you guys know about coming up?
Oh boy.
Well,
What are they in our minds?
do we get to?
I think
get
we
to
should.
say?
I think we should because it's not a secret.
Some
I mean,
of you,
it's kind of a secret.
some of you may read the Zag fanfic, which is just
Which is fiction.
it is fiction, but it's really well researched.
Yeah, it is well
And because we have not yet been able to get anybody from the actual show
to talk to
on
us.
or to respond to
Yeah,
anything,
to respond to anything.
and they're busy
That's why. You know, they're filming
Mainly.
all the time.
all the time. So because of that, we've reached out to Jessipin
Jessipin.
Noble, which has to be a pen name, but I get
It
it.
might be, but
I mean, I get it. I'm using my real name, and I get talked about being a duck killer or whatever.
well,
So
no, I don't think
Jessipin Noble, author of the big fanfic, will be on the show,
Right.
and I can't say
But-
when.
Oh, I thought they were asking, do we know about guest stars on the real show, Zag? Like on the production. And we do have a little inside information on that. Because
Can we say that?
I think we can. And look, here's what we did. We sent some friends to the set.
Yeah.
Actually, on Facebook, I'm friends with some people who live in the area where
Right,
it's
right,
being
right,
filmed.
right,
As we
right,
know, that's
right.
all over the world, actually.
Zag regions.
The Zag regions.
Zag pockets.
They took their cameras and they, took some shots. And if they weren't protected from the set and the set wasn't secure, that's on them.
It sort of is. It's kind of like,
Yeah, that's your job. Set
freedom
security.
of speech. you
Right.
know?
So we saw some pictures.
Yeah.
I definitely saw a picture, and I don't want to freak anybody out, but I did see a picture of Sally Struthers from
Mhm.
All in the Family.
Yeah.
The
you
heyday.
showed me. You showed me.
I don't know what she's playing. I couldn't make out the costume, but it was definitely possibly her.
What was so interesting about seeing Sally Struthers
Yeah.
on set,
Mhm.
her costume was almost seemed colonial,
Exactly.
which to me felt like, is she visiting from another soundstage?
Or is it a time
and
travel
that's when
aspect?
it starts
Or
to get,
is
and
that what
because
they
of this
wear?
episode,
yeah, maybe.
There's some stuff that
It's possible.
there's some stuff. So
Yes. I also
we do know
heard,
Sally Struthers might be.
Yeah. Also, this is something I have heard, and I haven't gotten it confirmed, but I will look into it. If you remember, Everybody Loves Raynal.
Everybody loves Raven.
Raven. No, Raymond.
It's not
Raymond.
Raymond.
No, it was Raymond.
It's
Everyone loves Raymond. Everybody
Richard.
loves Raymond. No, Richard is
Who's
not it.
Raymond?
It's Raymond Ray Romano.
That's his name though.
Right,
In
but
the
that
show.
sometimes they name
Jerry,
it like that.
that's
Lucy,
Seinfeld.
Lucy, like the Lucy show.
She
It
was
Lucy.
Lucille.
All right, but it is Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Anyway, the girl who
I'm not sure I
played
don't buy it.
the older brother's wife.
The girl who played the older brother's wife. Yeah,
Right.
fantastic.
Her character's name was Amy.
I remember.
The real actress
Yep.
is named Marie Marie.
It's a mouthful.
Horan,
Yep.
I believe Rosenthal. I'm not certain, but anyway, she is guest starring as
Here we go. Drum roll.
I know, Bobby's mother.
Yes, I know. Which
Yes.
is like
Not only that, I put in a phone call to the
No.
Screen Actors Guild
no.
to
You called
please
SAG?
get. I did. To
Attention,
please-
listeners. This is news to Johnny.
I'm
Jane has
sorry.
kept this from me.
I didn't tell you because I wanted an on-air
Oh
surprise.
my! What's the news?
I called and I said, "Could you please get this message to the girl who played Amy?"
On Everybody Loves.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back. Raymond.
Redmond.
No, Raymond. So I'm
I'll look
waiting
it
to hear back. And if we can get her on here to talk about her,
to talk about her role with her work
it
with
would
Bobby
be
and the show.
the biggest.
I mean, that would be a
get.
coup.
That would be
It'd
a
be a
get.
coup.
That'd be a real coup.
My
for
pulse
the,
is kind of racing.
I know. I would. I'm excited and I'm happy.
It
to
just
have been
feels
able
good
to-
be validated.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
I mean,
good to
she
be
hasn't
honest.
responded in any way.
Sure.
But
sure.
if she does,
But you got in.
I
better than
got
we've been able to
the
do.
number to SAG, Yeah.
Boy. Well, it's hard to even read these
which
tweets,
rhymes
but
with
I'm gonna
ZAG. So it was
Zag,
easy for
zag.
me. It was like a couple letters down.
Zag, the Zag Actors Guild Award.
Mm-hmm.
Zagag. Anyway, here's another
The
tweet.
amount in the cast,
Here's
I wouldn't be
another
surprised
tweet.
they own their own.
Here's another tweet
Yeah.
at J&J fan, which,
Ooh,
hey,
that's
all
us.
right.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Hashtag opposite tweets.
What is that?
It doesn't matter.
What is the first part?
Keep up the good work.
Oh, that's
I'll
great.
take it.
And who's that? What's the name?
J&J fan.
Hey, J&J fan. I wish we knew your real name
Right
so
back
we could
at
be
you.
your fan.
We're fans of you.
We are your fans. If you
Oh.
had a podcast, we would be listening to it right now and not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
That's
keep
great.
reading. Let's keep
That's
reading
great.
the tweet. Here's one.
Yep.
At elderly advo, which may be
Advo.
advertising, advocate,
Advertiser,
something
yeah.
like that.
Probably
maybe.
advertising.
I think Al is being abused. Hashtag free Al. That's so
Al
funny.
wishes.
Does he?
He's a little.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, Al is
Al's-
not. Let's
Al's
be clear.
not an innocent.
Al is
people.
not imprisoned. He
No,
is not
he
being
is-
abused.
He could leave. All he has to do is take that IV out and call 911, and he's out.
Yeah, he loves.
I'll give him a phone
he
if that'll make it
loves
easier.
You. We
Yeah, he
know
adores me.
that.
Yeah.
He.
We
gripped
met
my
on that
hand
cruise ship,
so
and it
hard.
was, besides the metal of the wheelchair,
Yeah.
there was electricity.
Right.
Yeah.
The chemistry. I mean, listen, elderly Advo, come visit. Come visit.
Yeah.
Should we give your address?
No, not right now.
Not on air, but
No.
tweet at us. Come visit. Talk to Al. You'll see he's a strong. At least from the
Remember
wrist
when the
to
triplet?
the fingers,
Yeah, the wrist.
he's still strong.
He's very strong.
Everything else,
and his
obviously,
mind is
atrophied.
shot. But when he
But
comes
his
through,
hands-
his hands say a lot.
Ability to grip. him.
Remember when Zurich and
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry, we weren't going to say the names of your triplets.
It's
Well,
okay.
I've already done
Oh,
it. Zurich.
You know what? No.
Do you want to say
Zurich, Thor,
right?
and then the girl.
Right.
Obviously,
She's
which,
adorable.
Girl.
Yeah.
But not. I mean, it's a Danish word. that
Gryl.
means- It's like a kind of a. It's a.
It's an empowering.
Yeah.
Word. It's like
In-
all of femininity.
In Denmark, it's kind of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
it's
honorable.
Guhrl.
Oh, okay. Gryl,
Zurich,
almost
Thor,
good.
and Girl.
Right. Well, when Zurich,
Yeah. What a funny scamp he is.
oh, he's a silly guy. When he went over and said, "I want to break Uncle Al's finger,"
Right.
I said, "You're funny. Try
Yeah,
it,"
try it.
because he's so strong.
His hands are.
Little did I know that Zurich is really
Very
strong.
strong.
Broke that.
He did.
So,
Oh.
little trip to the. Well, actually, we just had a doctor come here and said it.
Yeah,
but
get a
it's-
splint on. I mean, Al was. Oh, we had just
Al
all had a
laughed.
big laugh.
Oh my God, he laughed so hard. He was
He
like,
was, there was tears running down his
I,
face.
it sounded almost like he was crying,
Because
but
he
I
was
know
so-
because
we
he was
know
laughing
Al.
so hard.
Zurich.
Oh.
I mean, how can you hold Zurich? He's such a sweet kid.
Oh, sorry. Well, luckily
He's the
Al
best
didn't
one.
try to retaliate.
He's the best one.
He is. Well, that's a horrible thing to say.
No. I don't mean.
Of your
I don't mean
children?
I love him more. I just mean objectively, he's
Oh,
the most fun.
Oh, he's the most
You
fun.
know?
But I mean, I'd say Girl is probably the strongest, and we're lucky she didn't get to Al.
She's a big.
She's very big. For three, she's like
It's probably
a
because, like,
monster.
they're triplets. Shouldn't they be?
the same size.
But
no,
The doctor said,
genetics
genetics are a funny thing.
they are a funny thing. Let me read what I've got here.
Yeah.
It's a tweet
Okay.
at the real Mr. Nuts is my father. The real Mr.
Although
Nuts
that is a response to,
is my father.
I think
the real
Mr.
Mr.
Nuts is
Nuts.
always I have a tweet from Mr. Nuts is my father is responding to dollars.
Oh, okay. Dollar
So,
for
let's
ball.
read both of them. Let's read both because
okay.
this is the conversation after this episode.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see here where
No,
I
it's
missed.
complicated, but
I hear where I missed.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a tweet from @$_4_balles_Cincinnati. So $$ for balls Cincinnati is the
Uh-huh.
device that killed Big Dave a time machine.
Here we go.
Well, you know what? Not the first one to ask that question.
Not the
Let's
first
go
one to
right.
ask
Let's go right to the response.
because there's a quick conversation here.
Quick
we go.
conversation that we
Yeah.
are privy to be party of,
Mm-hmm.
or party to be privy to. But I
It's,
know
it's a pleasure
I know
to
we're
be
a pleasure
privy.
to be party,
Party.
to the to the privilege.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the answer is @the real _Mr_Nuts_ is my father.
Who's a huge? I mean, if you're not
Yeah.
following the real Mr. Nuts is my father.
No, I have been.
He knows what he's talking
He sure
about.
does. $$ Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about time travel. It's a soul device for souls going to hell.
Oh.
Ooh, that's dark.
Well, this is some evidence. I mean, we need
Yeah,
evidence. This
yeah.
is the key, and there's some interesting thoughts
Yeah.
in play. And as
Oh,
always, we
ooh.
should talk about Poochie.
Yes, Poochie. I just got an
New-
account, so now I can actually see what they're saying.
And Poochie's interesting. What I like about Poochie is it's a lot shorter. It's a lot tighter.
Yeah, it's
How many
actually
characters?
for
14.
no more than 14 characters,
Which is efficient use of
which is
space.
10 times less than Twitter.
Yeah.
It's a very you've really got to pack it in.
So here's one at Trouble.
Okay.
on
Ha!
Poochie.
Trouble. I'm trouble. Yeah, I like that.
Look out. I have a theory, but that's the end. I have a theory, but no why. Interesting. At Trouble, let's hear more about it.
Yeah, let's hear the second.
I love that you have a
third,
theory.
fourth, fifth, and eighth, and like
It
20th
might
part
take
of
some
that.
time with the Poochie, but good.
And Poochie only lets you do. It's not like Donald Trump on Twitter.
No,
Poochie
no.
only lets you when we're staying away from the politics.
I
I'm
know
just
we don't
saying
want it, 'cause I
he's
know that you
he's
and-
a prolific.
I know that Al,
is a Donald Trump supporter,
big time.
right? But
Big
we've had a
time.
fight about that. I'm sure you overheard
That's
that.
another-
Anyway, Pooch
scary.
is trying to
Poochie.
combat Poochie
Yeah.
is trying to combat that nonstop bombardment of idiot and just you're only allowed one Pooch post a day. One Pooch
post.
Yeah,
So
they're called
maybe
Pooch posts.
tomorrow we'll hear more from At
So
Trouble.
maybe in about a week we'll get the theory.
Get the theory, which I
And
kind
we
of like.
yeah, a
Keeps
little,
you on edge.
it's a little bit. It's a
Suspense.
taste.
So with that in mind, here's at Spoled.
Spoled.
They say, I hear Bobby's a...
Oh, they're looking at look at that. They're
And
using all these like shorter ways
shortened,
of getting
hear
more out there.
for
I hear
HR.
is I would think that means hour, but I think you're
Right.
right. It's a shortened
Maybe it's
version
1
of here.
hour Bobby's... We'll have to find out
Bobby's-
later. I mean, stay
We'll
tuned.
keep up on the Pooch.
Follow at Spold.
I think it's maybe a misspelling of spoiled. Maybe
There's just no
maybe.
I.
Actually, I think there's a rule you can only have so many letters in your username. They
That's
really do.
Right.
It's a micro compression.
Saves data.
It sure does.
Which
and
I'm pretty
it really
pleased
makes you
with.
think about what you're saying.
So,
And I'm all for that.
Trouble and Spoiled. I'm excited to hear your theories, and I'm excited to hear what happens to Bobby. In the meantime, on Twitter, the big questions. The big questions about the device.
Yeah, the device. Let's go back. Do you want to do a commercial first?
We
Okay,
have to.
We should do a
We
commercial
have to.
first.
I mean, that's how you pay the bills.
All right. So here I just got this copy today.
Here
so
it is.
feel free. I will be quiet so
Okay.
that everyone can hear.
When your pet is infested and you've tried everything you can, bring your sweetie down to Randall's Skin'em. We remove every hair on your pet. The ticks and fleas have to leave because, to be blunt, they don't have a hair to hang on to.
Oh, that's great.
So go to
Okay.
www.randallskin'em, that's SKINUM, for those listeners who aren't reading along, .com, www.randallskin'em.com, and book a complete de-hairing today. Which, I'm going to
That's
tell you
wonderful.
something.
That's
I did
handy.
do this.
Did you?
Because there's a promo code. If you go to Randall Skin'em and you use the promo code ZAGNUTS,
Which we'll put in the comments below.
yeah, then you get 50% off.
Oh my gosh. What does it cost to skin an animal?
No.
Andrews?
50% off. So 50% of the hair off.
Oh. For free? Or for...
Nope, it's just instead of a full. It's
So if
kind of
I
a
knew my
special-
animal was mostly infested
you get 50% of the hair off.
from the
Maybe a poodle.
the paws.
So anyway, I brought my hedgehog. You know my pet hedgehog,
Mhm.
very elderly, and
Actually, oddly enough, we did the math. And in hedgehog years, your hedgehog, Caroline, and Al are the same age.
roughly the same age. It's
Exactly the same
why
age.
they get along
Same
so well.
birthday.
I mean, yeah, my Caroline has been sleeping with Al actually, shedding quills. I mean, what a
It's
they
taken a
love
load
each
off
other.
of me.
It has, and I mean, Al has hated it. But again, they're the same age. They have something.
And Al hasn't said a word about it.
So I brought Caroline to Randall Skin'em because, frankly, she was starting to
Fleas?
smell.
Oh, smell. Can you do it for that reason? I thought it was just the infestation. I
Well,
guess you know what?
you
You're
know,
the
I
pet owner.
also well, that's kind of the thing. I mean,
can
yes,
have your
if they're
reasons.
infested, take all the hair off.
Yeah.
But I brought
Start over. Fresh start.
I wanted to get her stuffed.
Oh. While she was alive?
No, she was dead.
Oh.
That's why she was smelling. We just hadn't buried her yet.
Oh, okay. This could be
You-
why Al is not a fan.
Well, he
He doesn't know.
rolled.
Oh,
You know,
right. He killed. He caused. He was.
he was privy.
He was a
he was
proximate
privy
cause
party to
of
the-
the death.
We could say that. So, yeah, Caroline, they took half the hair off because I wanted kind of a mangy
Yeah.
version of her to be stuffed.
Right.
Stuffed her.
You don't want to remember her like she was.
No.
Because that would make you sad.
It would. It's a different, sicker hedgehog is the one that we have stuffed.
And
We
nobody
mounted-
misses that. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
It was her time.
Yeah, so we threw the kids
Yeah.
actually.
That's
threw
how
it
I
away.
feel they should do human burials. Because when you go to an open casket and the person looks pretty healthy,
You miss
you're
them.
like, oh, maybe this didn't have to happen.
Right.
But if they look like death, frankly, then you're like, all
Well,
right, it was time.
It was time.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that. I think that's
Thanks.
an interesting theory. So yeah, Randall Skinham, thanks so much for advertising on our show, and everybody, check them out. They do
We
great
are
work.
$20 closer to that microphone that we need.
Yes, we
which
are.
is $69.99 if anybody's out
If
there
anyone's
looking for a
listening,
gift.
now's the time just to give us a couple send us some money.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a couple bucks. I mean,
Couple
we're not
bucks.
really asking for money. I just
No.
want- We just send
we're
us
not legally
equipment.
allowed to. But yeah, just some
legally.
equipment.
Equipment would be fine,
Um,
and a nice chair. Because
That would be nice. It's sharing this bench is hard.
It is hard. It's a hard bench.
That's why
But
they call it
it's
a
the only
bench.
thing Al said that we could use.
All right, housekeeping finished,
Done.
and we got a lot out of it from these tweets. I think we should cut right to the chase.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the device.
All right, but before that, let's do a review.
A review.
A review. The last episode,
Here we go.
episode 3,
Boom.
ends with,
I mean,
I wouldn't say a bang. I would say more like a nuclear explosion.
well, I might say that's hyperbole.
Well, but what is hyperbole?
It means an exaggeration.
Oh, okay, then it is. It actually ended with Bobby
Here it is.
and
The janitor.
the janitor, but I don't know.
We don't-
It felt nuclear to me.
Well, it was a big deal.
It was a
a
big
big deal
deal.
because again, we're in this weird timeline of here's
Right.
Bobby from the episode before sobbing in the shed
Sobbing.
or whatever, and here's in the yurt maybe, and here's
Yeah.
the janitor. Where is he? Is he old now? Is he older? Is he haggard? We can't tell. It's
Right.
all close up. You
But
know?
this episode 4, so many things are answered.
Yes, I know. Finally, which
Let's just hit them up. Let's
Boom.
hit them.
first answer.
Big Dave.
Yes.
What did he do?
He was working on this device, and it zapped him.
And it zapped
essentially,
him. So
And he
everyone
died.
knew.
Everyone knew, and people weren't happy that he was working on this device.
Right,
It
because
wasn't supposed to be
not supposed to do it.
involved because obviously it runs on gasoline.
Right.
Which
Is
was
not
it's a no. It's not
free.
free.
Right.
And
And
they
he did
use
not
it for
pay for
everything
the
else.
gasoline.
Exactly. So we
Right.
start to get this picture of okay.
So it's more of an insult to the community
Right. There are
that he
rules.
pilfered
Yeah.
the gasoline and
From the school.
from the school, and so many children then were very cold
Yeah.
without their heat.
Which is
What I really loved about this episode is we get a first good look inside that school.
Yes,
And what do we
I
find
know.
out? It's not just those babies.
No. Well, it's not just the
Right, but there's babies.
yeah. There's
Yep.
all those babies.
It's like a baby farm.
I know. There's part of me that's a little
Creepy.
worried actually
It's a
that it's
little
going to
creepy.
become this like organ farming.
No, I don't think so. I think these kids are headed to what we found out later in the episode, first grade, second grade, like all. And it's weird the way they have their system. It's like when you graduate, you leave the building. They
Yeah,
don't leave,
they don't leave the building.
building
Yeah.
until the end of what they call 11th grade.
Which is crazy to me.
What is that? It's not even a number.
Is it an illusion? Is this an allusion?
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to hear us blow this up on the Poochie sphere. Is
Yeah.
to, in my opinion, the greatest Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. The best one, far and away, underrated.
I don't
And
believe
there's
anybody
all
would
those
dispute
clones.
that.
There's all
Right.
those clones. Is this that? Is that's kind of what's happening with all these babies?
I
It
don't think so
felt-
because
felt like an
did you notice
illusion.
though that one thing I did notice was that everyone other than the Chinese people in the skiffies,
Yeah.
everyone inside the enclave has taken on they don't look identical, there's variation in their looks,
Sure.
but it looks like decades and decades and decades of not inbreeding but cross pollination, if you will, where they've
Yeah.
all come to look mildly the same color skin.
Yeah, yep.
But it's not a race we know. It's kind of a new one.
It's this kind of weird.
It's like a
funky-
really good tan.
Yeah, something
They've
like
all
that.
got like a really good tan. I'd say they're all
And it's not
Mediterranean.
that sunny. It's not
It
that
is
sunny,
not
so
not
it is
building, not in the
genetic.
buildings.
No.
Yeah, there's not. No.
I mean, there's no windows.
But I mean, they can play in what they call the outside, which is the top floor
yeah,
on the roof,
Yeah.
which has the dome.
obviously.
Right.
And all the birds. I mean, it's
And
like
the birds that are
menagerie.
in there. It's like preparation for the real world.
Yes,
They're pretend.
Yeah, so we're in that school a lot, and they're
Right.
teaching the kids about Dave,
Right.
telling the story, and they
Yeah.
say, he touched the device, he was trying to restart it.
And to be clear, this school that we visit, this lesson is being taught. What confuses a lot of people is, are we right after the funeral? Are we years after the funeral
Yeah.
when the hair is long on the janitor?
Because we still don't
So-
see the janitor,
Right,
and I
so
still
we
feel
don't
like
know
the
until-
timeline
yeah.
is...
We don't know until the end of the episode
Right.
where this fits in. But
Yep.
we do see the students are being taught about what Big Dave did.
Mhm.
And they don't even refer to him as Big Dave, they refer to him as,
Yeah, they name him,
yeah,
which is part of the
part of it.
Cheeks.
Right, Cheeks. And that in their society becomes, when you do something irresponsible and not respective of the whole community,
Yeah.
they call you being cheeky.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
they say that a lot in this
Yeah.
episode.
In
You
this
are being
episode, it's
awful
like,
cheeky.
are you going to be cheeky?
Because there's that moment where that kid is in class.
Yeah.
And he's acting out, and he's
Right.
and they call him up to the front, and they rap him on the knuckles,
Right.
which was the way I was raised.
And me as
And
well.
they say you're being awful cheeky.
Yeah. And he just completely melts down. Please no, please no, please no. Sobbing.
Chant cheeky, cheeky,
And they're like,
cheeky.
don't do it, don't do it,
Don't
don't
do
do
it,
it, don't do
yeah.
it, don't do it.
And
Until
they-
finally he's like, I won't be cheeky, I won't be cheeky.
Right.
And that just sent a shiver up my spine.
It
Because
did.
if you've
and the
ever been
music.
harassed by Catholic nuns,
Oh.
this is not new to you.
No, and it does send a shiver.
Yeah.
And that Phil Collins, again, all those strings
Ah,
swelling
with the-
in, those
'cause the
synthy.
Yeah, it leaves a sick feeling in your stomach.
Yeah,
and you're
ill.
just so happy that he decides he's not going to be cheeky.
Right, but then you feel like, wait, what am I agreeing to? This society's kind of creeping me out. Am I now part of this?
Well, but in a way, it's just don't steal gasoline.
Sure.
And
you're
don't
right.
build a time traveling machine.
Well, okay, but here's the question.
Yeah.
They just refer to it as the
The
device.
machine, the device.
And
yeah.
now, to me, it feels like
Well, it might
if
be a
it
time-
were
yeah.
if it were a time machine,
Mm-hmm.
it helps explain a lot.
There's so much Zag to talk about. We are going to be forced into making 2 podcasts just to cover episode 3. It's that incredible and deep dive. Join us next week for part 2 of episode 3, the Zagcast.